you're a homeowner or plan to become one, chances are at some point the mortgage interest deduction is going to save you money. The MID allows you to deduct interest you pay each month on your home mortgage from your annual federal income tax return. It's been part of the IRS tax code since the tax code was first written almost a century ago. Virtually every homeowner today bought their home with the understanding that the MID would be available to them. That intrinsic savings is part of the math that most folks do when deciding whether to rent or own, and is actually factored into the price we pay for homes.
Why rent? Because when you're renting, you are not able to take the mortgage interest deduction.
More than 70% of all homeowners utilize the MID at some point during their home ownership. And major beneficiaries include younger, middle-class families who are just starting out. In fact, 60% of all folks who use the MID earn under $100,000. So why are some members of Congress talking about changing or even eliminating the MID?
We can all agree that changes need to be made to the tax code, but what's necessary is it has to be fair to everybody. And that's where we need to come back to the table and sit down and work this all out so it's fair to all homeowners.
Like many Americans, as costs increase, the U.S. government needs to increase its income. Eliminating tax incentives is one of many ways to accomplish that. Proposals include reducing the $1 million MID cap to $500,000, or eliminating the deduction for second homes altogether. But changes like this could reduce the number of homeowners able to use the MID to under 5%, pulling the rug out from underneath millions of Americans who counted on using the MID.
Well, I think a solid understanding of taxes, insurance, and other operating costs, which are rising drastically, all across the country, so that there's not some kind of surprise.
And in the past, changes to real estate tax provisions have actually negatively impacted real estate values. For example, changes to commercial real estate tax provisions in the 1986 tax code resulted in a 30% drop in commercial real estate values. It's possible that reducing or eliminating the MID could cause home values in some areas to drop by as much as 15%, translating to a $25,000 to $30,000 reduction in typical home equity for average homeowners.
The consumer, the general public, does not have any idea sometimes of what the actions of legislation will do to them.
Tell Congress, hands off the MID. You can go to protectmyhometaxdeductions.com or email your questions to asktheexpert@shariolefson.com.